Hi, hello. This is BorderlineStupi from Project Surukai. I just wanted to talk about the Injustice Battle Arena thing, the final battle, between Batman versus Superman. Yeah, that was interesting. Also, I'm gonna be doing it like in front of all this DC Universe gameplay. So yeah, it was lagging, I guess, because I was recording, or maybe my internet was just bad. So excuse the lag. I wasn't fighting as well, and this as I usually was. But anyway, let me get back to what I was saying. I'm just making this video off a whim, really, because, well, I just wanted to really talk about it. First of all, if you chalked that thing up for a win for Batman, like Batman versus Superman is pretty much going to be the topic of this little thing I'm about to do. But if you chalked it up for a win for Batman, like a legitimate win, that was all voted. I mean, like, seriously, just... It proved a point that I want to make later, if I remember, because like I said, I'm doing this off the whim. There's no script or anything to this. But yeah, Batman just kind of won because of his fans, I guess. So, that didn't count, even though I voted for him. I'm a huge Batman fan. But that's not a legitimate one for Batman. Now, on to this. This is why I brought it up. It's something that me and my friends have been talking about forever. Who would win a fight between Batman and Superman? And I'm not here trying to change anybody's opinions, because if you think Superman's going to win, you're always going to think Superman's going to win. If you think Batman would win, you're always going to think Batman's going to win. But this is just me throwing my little 2 cents into the whole thing. I'm not going to do like a lot of, throwing all the facts or the little slideshows or whatever like I did with Superman versus Goku. No, I'm just going to go straight into this and just talk about it for a little bit, just to get it off my chest. So who do I think would win, first of all? Superman has super strength, and he's apparently super intelligent, and he has heat ray, X-ray vision, heat ray vision. Is invulnerable except to a little green rock, and Batman is smart and rich. Yeah, and has like a utility belt with just about everything to kill everything. Now, who... After, I would say about 2 years ago, even though I was a Batman fan, the only way I honestly thought Batman could ever beat Superman was with kryptonite, if he got lucky. But now that I've actually put the research behind it, and I have a lot of things, and I'm not going to throw it, because I could spend hours and hours and hours talking about this, I'm not going to throw it all into the video that I'm doing, but I honestly think Batman would win 4 out of 5 times. Now, before you go freaking out, like, well, Superman could just fly away from the planet, and then he... beam Batman. Batman has kryptonite all the way down there, but he can't do anything about it. Well, there's some facts, that I'm gonna throw in, and some are really stupid, and you're like, well, that doesn't make sense. Why would he win like that? But it's kind of true. The first one is there's one of the differences between Superman and Batman. Even though Superman was, I guess the most recent creator of the Justice League, the leader. Out of the two, Batman would ask for help probably earlier than Superman. When you're like, well, Batman's all prideful and blah 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 blah, and Superman built the Justice League. Yeah, but think about it. Superman has a huge arrogant side to him. Basically, he's like, I know I'm powerful. I'm gonna pretend like I'm equal to everyone, but I know I'm super powerful. For instance, if you watched, and you guys are gonna hate me for using this, but if you watched the Dark Knight Returns 2, Batman beat Superman. But he did it. He had Green Arrow's help. Well, Batman could have probably done it without Green Arrow, and you're gonna go through the whole thing. Well, Superman was weaker than he usually would be, but Batman was also, or Bruce Wayne, pretty much. I can't even say really Batman. It was mostly Bruce Wayne through the whole movie, which was a really good movie, by the way. But anyway, Batman was 55 years old, so I mean, it's like they were trying to put him on equal terms again, and he did ask for Green Arrow's help, yeah, because he knew there was a higher chance of him being able to hit Superman with Green Arrow's help. Why not? Superman would, never ask for it, because honestly, I know Superman went into that fight pretty much assured himself that he could easily beat Batman, and he underestimated Batman. Now, I'm not saying every version of Superman has underestimated Batman, because that would be a lie, not all of them have, but... Also, people that are like, well, that's not canon. Batman beats Superman, but that's not canon. Well, you're right. It isn't canon, but it is still written by DC, and that's good enough for me. I mean, it was written by DC, and if DC says Batman beats Superman, Batman beats Superman. Also, I would just like to point out that if a Superman did beat Batman in that movie for any reason, every Superman fan in the world would go, well, that's official. I mean, DC wrote it. I don't care if it's not canon. That's what really would happen. So, and I would probably be, on the I'm not going to say that I wouldn't, because I don't know. I probably would be like, that's not canon. What are you talking about? Superman didn't beat Batman, but I don't know. I might. I would like to think I'm a little more fair than most people and a little less unbiased, but I can't honestly say I am. But anyway, going back to the whole Superman versus Batman thing, another thing that would set Batman over the top is Superman has a trust for Batman specifically, and so like in a lot of, I would say, comics, mostly movies and stuff, even though Batman tries to be all cool and act like he doesn't have friends, he's probably the closest out of anyone to Superman. Out of anybody, they're probably like best buds, I guess is the best way to put it, but they kind of act indifferent from each other. I'm trying to say all this really, really fast, and I'm like not thinking right, and I'm really tired, but I always wait until I'm like really tired to do these things. But anyway, another thing that Batman has on the side is Superman actually gave him the kryptonite in just about every version of the DC universe. Superman every little thing they've done, like New 52 or whatever. Superman has, I don't actually know, I haven't read New 52, so I wouldn't know, but Superman has given Batman the kryptonite and told Batman that if he needed a way to beat Superman, well, there you go, now you have it. Also, Superman is smart. He's nowhere near as smart as Batman, but even like Batman has that way over him, so strategy, Batman would also win. Now, I'm not going to go and say if they were both, if Batman didn't have his gadgets or the kryptonite that he would win, or his money, that's bullcrap. He would not even stand a chance, not even close, because he's smart as he is, he still needs the kryptonite or something, like to block out the sun or something, which requires money. And in a fist fight, Superman would kill Batman. And I can't stand the people that say, well, Batman could figure out a way. No, Batman couldn't figure out a way. If it was a fist fight, then Batman would lose. Period. I mean, Batman has to figure out another way to beat Superman. Also, you're like, well, kryptonite is, on that same note, people are like, well, kryptonite's cheating, and using other people is cheating. Well, something you have to realize about Batman is cheating. That's his whole character. He figures out a way to just do everything. Batman's not gonna fair fight with anything, pretty much, unless it's a pride thing for him. If he was going against Superman, he would not probably come alone. Even though he could beat Superman alone, he would definitely not come alone, because he's not like that. He'd probably have some distractions or something. I mean, even in the movie, when he did beat Superman, even in the comics, he had the new Robin and Green Arrow with him. I mean, but he could easily just made a kryptonite batarang and threw it at Superman, and it could have gone right through Superman. So, one of those other things is like, well, he let Superman didn't die. Well, Batman still told Superman that he could die. I know my mind's flying around all over the place, so if you're still, listening, thank you. Another thing is, Batman has, like, this secret power that no one really knows about. Before I get on that, Batman is not a superhero. Whoever says that he's a superhero, it drives me crazy. Batman is not a superhero. Batman is a hero at most, vigilante. Superhero implies you have superpowers. Batman does not have superpowers. But besides Batman, just beating Superman, I would I'm sorry, I keep getting off track, but I would like to say that Superman is not as smart as people give him credit for. If he was, I mean, I know he tries to be careful around the people he's around, which is why he didn't use his full power while he's on Earth, but he gets his butt kicked so often because he underestimates his enemy, and it's stupid. Like, I mean, I don't think he's that smart. Batman always overestimates his enemy for the most part. Now, I'm not going to say he always does, but for the most part, he does. Another reason Batman would win simply is because he's a detective. And you're like, what does that have to do with anything? Well, that means he figures out the way to solve the mystery, to beat the person, to go. Batman is not a hero. I can't even say that he's more of a vigilante, I guess is the best way to put it. But here's the big one. Like, this is why Batman would just beat anyone. And you're going to be like, well, that's really dumb. This doesn't make any sense, but it's there. It's true. Like anyone, like he would beat Spider-Man because of this, Iron Man, and this is really dumb. And he has this little power, and it's called Writer's Whim. And that sounds really dumb, but it's true. The reason Batman always wins, always, unless, you know, there's that occasion, that alternate whatever where he doesn't, is because the writers say he does. It's called Writer's Whim. Batman, it's the opposite of Kryptonite, which is where you always lose. Batman has that because if you ever notice, like even in the movies, and I'm going to keep referencing the movies because I know a lot more people have seen the movies than have read the comics, in like the general populace or whoever's watching this video, he, like, you know how people just can't seem to aim when Batman's run and shoot around him and stuff, and then Superman comes around and is like, oh, we can all aim now, and everybody shoot at the guy, and he's invulnerable, so they're able to hit Superman. That's just a really good example. Batman is also like one of those that he's one of the only superheroes that can like sneak up on Martian Manhunter or sneak up on Superman. Superman can hear planets away if he wanted to. Superman is like, I'm pretty sure he can hear galaxies away at pre-crisis. I don't know if he can do that post-crisis, but anyway, I mean, yeah, so Batman can sneak up on Superman, and that's impossible. It just, even for Batman, unless he had a little help from the writers, and I hate to say it, but that's the main reason he would win above all. I mean, even if he didn't have kryptonite, even if he was like naked on the street next to Superman, Superman's naked. And the reason I say naked is because, well, you know, then that way they don't have like armor or anything to help him. Batman would probably win just because the writers say he does. He's the definition. I can't say definition, but like the essence of Batman is cheating. I mean, he uses gadgets and stuff because he doesn't have superpowers. But I mean, he's cool, and that's why I like him. But would he beat Superman? Would he beat anybody? Pretty much, just because he's a detective and he could figure out how. Anyway, that's pretty much all I wanted to say. I probably had a lot more to back it up with before I started this video, but I'm trying to make it quick, you know, like under 10 minutes. So, I don't know if that worked. I'm going to find out after I'm done. So thanks for listening to me just like fly through words. If you have any questions, I would probably be more apt to discuss it in the comments because I'm thinking all over the place right now. So if you watched the whole video, thank you for watching it. Please subscribe to Project Zurikai. Please follow us on Twitter. And if you have any questions, please let me know. I will do the research for you and help you out. I won't be able to get to everyone like I could with the other ones because now we have, I'm doing a lot more. So thank you, though, for watching. And please subscribe and all that nice stuff for Project Zurikai. BorderlineStupi out.